before you go run into the hills, because this isn't Battlefield Hardline gameplay, let me explain. This is a pre-review, a basic judgment on the game from some experience I got. I played about 8 hours of the multiplayer yesterday over at a buddy's house, and just to get the feel of it, to see if I actually want to purchase it, because, you know, I have been on the fence, in a sense, about getting the game, and I have been, you know, you're always worried. Like, this generation of gaming is sort of in shambles, right? We're having shitty launches, shitty releases for games. The consoles are hit or miss. Xbox Live and PSN are kind of blah sometimes. They don't work. The functionality is kind of here and there. So buying a game right out of the gate is a big decision, especially when on the current generation the games are about $10 to $15 more than they were for the last generation. But on my pre-review of Battlefield Hardline, I have to say I am taking the leap. I am going to buy the game. I'll probably be getting it tonight or tomorrow if everything goes as planned. So expect some Hardline footage this week, hopefully. And I'll also give a much more in-depth review, and I'll probably start doing a little bit of the tips and tricks for newbie players or new players to the franchise, because there are some things that need to be learned right away. A few things that can help you get started and jump out there. Basically do the best you can. Now, what I have realized in my 6 to 8 hours of multiplayer playing is that I love the game, and it is not just a cut and paste version of Battlefield 4 like a lot of people like to say. It doesn't feel like Battlefield 4. It doesn't flow like Battlefield 4. It is not Battlefield 4. It is its own game. It has its own feel. It has its own flow. Again, repeating myself, but it's much faster. Time to kill is unbelievably fast. almost borderline annoying in some situations, but that is the style they want to go for. They want to be a more fast-paced, action-packed shooter, and they're getting that. Conquest is perfect. I mean perfect. Perfect to the sense that it makes other Battlefield games feel super, super slow. The way they have the flags placed is like a really nice balance between Battlefield 4's, Battlefield 3's Conquest small map or flag placement to domination in Battlefield. Like it's a nice mix of both. The flags aren't too far apart from each other. If you're one of these newer players that have that Call of Duty mentality that I'm running and running everywhere, well, first off, you're spawning in the wrong location. it's that simple. And secondly, you need to learn that you can spawn on your squad mates. That saves you. That saves your running. And if they're not alive, spawn on a flag, because the flags are so damn close to each other that it only takes you about 30 seconds to get from one flag to the other. So my overall pre-review is that it is not just a filler game. It is not just an expansion. It is a game on its own. It feels great. It's stable. It's working. It is just a good, fun time. Avoid Team Deathmatch if you are somebody that cares about your stats, because right now it is locked in at 64 players and the spawns are ridiculous. They are, you're just spawning inside enemy players and in front of enemy players, and it's not a good time. But all the other game modes, what I've played so far, have been awesome. Hotwire is a point magnet. If you want a lot of points, a lot of money, really fast, play Hotwire. Conquest is great. It's faster than older Conquest. It is just a good game, and I recommend that you buy it. I recommend that you go out and get it. I know last week I said to be hesitant, but I've made my decision, and I'm going to be getting Hardline. Check you guys on the next one.